So I just want to dive right back in here with you about what's going on in the running back market, because Saquon has been franchise tagged and Josh Jacobs has been franchise tagged, and they seem to be having a heck of a time getting paid in the manner in which they want to get paid. What do you think is happening with the running back market in the National Football League right now, Austin?
Yeah, we're in a business. And I think both sides are trying to play the game the best they can, and that's what's being played out right in front of our eyes. We have our ownership who is right in charge of our salary caps. They control that portion of it.
Mm-hmm.
We control the play, and it's up for us as players to go out there and try to add as much value as we can. However, there's a game to it. There's a game to all of this business, and like I said, they're trying to maximize their dollars to put the best team out there, and we're trying to maximize our play to make sure that we can capitalize and get more dollars. And so there's this balance that has to go on. And, we're in the middle of a point where a bunch of money is getting flooded into other positions, not as much as coming into the running back market. And whether that's able to be justified, you can use different types of facts, whether it is, whether it's not, but that's what is going on in front of me as I see it.
What is it about the running back position then that causes you to seemingly fight for value in a way that other positions have not been forced to, Austin? What have you found about that?
I think it comes down to comparing. Let's compare, right? Let's see what the real value add to a team is. If I'm looking at some of the backup receivers out here that are still making more than me, and that's going to piss me off, right? I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So you're telling me these people or the number 3 receiver is going to make more than me, and I'm the starter. I get more carries. I touch the ball more. I have more of an impact. It causes us to question, right? We're going to fight for that. We're going to fight for, hey, I'm bringing more value to the team than this person. I think I should be compensated for that. And so that's where the fight comes in. And then you can compare our running back market to ourselves,
mm-hmm.
As far as who's adding more value in that, and then we compare ourselves to each other. And that's why Josh Jacobs, right, comes off of a pinnacle year. Saquon, very imperative for that offense out there in New York, right? They're wanting to get their value. They're wanting to move up. Hey, I compare to these guys. I should be up here. I should be getting paid this. I should be, Josh Jacobs should be at the top of the market. And that's how we look at it. That's how it is. And when we don't get that, absolutely, we're going to fight back. We have no choice, right?
Yeah.
It comes down. It's not even. It seems like it's about money, but it's about principle, right? It's about the principle of adding value to a team. But then I also get it from the other side. If they're like, hey, none of these other running backs are getting paid, let's just see what happens. Let's franchise tag these guys, and then let's wait a year. Let's see what happens. So we're both sides are playing this game, and how it turns out, time will tell.
Well, it's not just that too, Austin. It's Dalvin Cook being released at the top of June by his team. He's had 4 years of 1,000 yards rushing in a row. I mean, I could go over about his resume, but we all know it, right? He's now out there. Also, again, 38 touchdowns over the last 2 years. I mean, the yards from scrimmage are off the charts, and you're in a final year of a contract. If you don't mind, again, I know this is a few months ago, but you asked for a new contract and then felt compelled to ask for the ability to find a new team. That happened. What can you shed light on that moment of your spring?
Just from when I see the fans' perspective, because the fans are like, "Oh, Austin wants to leave. Austin wants to leave," and I'm like, "No, I want to stay. Like you guys, I want to stay longer. Like I'm trying to get extended." I'm trying to continue to capitalize on this peak time that I'm going through right now in my life, right? I just turned 28. I'm not 30 yet. I'm working my way, but I'm playing at a high level. And so I'm going to the Chargers like, hey, let's get something done. Get me in here for another 2-3 years. And when they come and shut the door and they're like, no, we can't, we're not going to let you do that. That puts pressure back in my court where it's like, okay, Austin, see if there's other value out there somewhere else. And so I know I would have regretted it if I never did that. If I was just like, okay, Chargers, like, you know what, you don't want to do it. I'm just going to, sit in my corner. And so, well, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be proactive. I'm going to go try to find value. And so that's when I requested to go and speak to other teams, not because I wanted to get out, but because I want to make sure that I'm seeing all the options that could potentially be there. And, if not, obviously the Chargers still want me back. We came up to an agreement, which, people I don't really think understand that, because people are like, hey, congrats on your new contract. And it's like, I didn't get a new contract, but thanks, because the Chargers did show me some love and gave me some incentives when they didn't have to do that.
Right.
And so that's kind of the light on that story.
Well, that is, it's great that you got something added to your contract. Again, it is incentives, and you are still in your walk year. But just last one for you on this one. What did you find about the running back market? I mean, what did you find when you were given the opportunity to walk out there and say, hey, who wants an absolute beast from the 20-yard inside and then an absolute beast between the 20s? Who wants that? Who wants a guy who can catch and run? And who wants somebody who's been self-made? Who wants that? And so what did you find, Austin?
Well, hey, I appreciate those kind words.
It's the word. It's the truth, though. It's the absolute.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not stuttering. I mean, it's the.
No, yeah, I know. That's how I've got here. I'm a guy 5'8", 195, but there's something different about me that's gotten me to the point where I am today. And so I definitely recognize that, and so I appreciate you as well. But what did I find out? I think it kind of shows itself, right? The fact that I am back at the Chargers, we had to come to some type of agreement.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows itself in other forms as well, not just my situation, but running backs are these teams are being really tight when it comes to the running back market right now, because there's no one moving. There's no one moving the needle. And so they're all holding strong of like, okay, nope, we don't have to pay these guys. No one else is paying them, so everyone hold. And that's kind of what we got pushback, where we have people that are like, hey, yeah, we think he deserves it, but the landscape is what it is right now. So that's just, we're not willing to put that up because that's not what's happening. So it's almost like, Twitter, where it's like, oh, we're trending to pay these guys, and then everyone else jumps along. Well, the trend right now is not to pay running backs. So everyone's like, okay, well, we don't have to do it either then. And it's whether it's right, wrong, and different, it is what it is. And so it's going to take something, right? Whether some guy stands out again, whether it's this year or one of these guys holds out and gets a big contract, but we need that needle to move to push us over the edge. Because here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
The salary cap goes up every single year.
Yep.
Right? And so you see new highs in every single position. And I'm not saying we've had another Christian McCaffrey type guy who's going to even, blow up the market in the running back and put a new high. We've had people that have been close for sure. Maybe you could justify that there has been, but there's no one even been close to those contracts. Not even close. And so that's what frustrates me, where you're telling these guys that are still playing at a high level, but you're still not compared to that, when it is definitely comparable to some point. So, yeah, that's what it's been for me. And so right now, a lot of us are going through this in the running back market. A lot of us starters, because my class, the 2017, and then these guys just got franchised. Like, we're all in the same. Now we're going to be free agents next year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be wild. It's going to be wild how this plays out.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.